the chat.
There we go. So I'm just waiting for it to go live for me so I can see it. Come on now. Come on. Oh, it's going to be one of those days with that, is it? See, I have you even done, and there it is, live now. There we go. All right. Yeah, I see everything looks good.
Okay. It appears
Cool.
it appears to be live on Facebook also. I did go check, but I'm taking myself back to OBS. Okay.
All right. So now what I want you to do, is I'm going to type into the chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's Brandon. Hi, Brandon. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, Brandon.
Right, and now what you would do is go to the right of where I said hi there, Kelly, until you see the three dots. Click on it and tell me if it says add moderator anywhere on that. You may have to scroll up or down once it opens up the menu. If it doesn't, you've got to go to YouTube to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm wondering if I messed up by, as we discussed, trying to do too much, because now I'm seeing it in that chat box. All right, so I'm gonna head on over to YouTube real quick, just to take care of this, and I'm gonna go to Okay, I'm gonna head on over to YouTube really quick.
Yep.
And I just click on
your live feed. Make sure you, and I'm going to stop talking. You stop talking for a sec. Make sure you mute YouTube when it comes up.
Okay, gotcha. Muted. Okay.
There we go. And then to the right of my name on the chat in there, you'll be able to click on it and be able to see where you can add a moderator.
I do not see any chat.
Okay.
I know why. I know why. I know why. Hang on. I've got a very good idea why.
Okay.
Hang on.
All right. Hey guys, we're just finishing warming this up for her. Okay. Hey, my opinion. How you doing? Hey, DM. I told you. She's
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get this. It's because I tried to do too much. He was very clear that I was not supposed to do that, and I did it anyways because, I'm a lady. I do these things. Okay. Give me one more second.
Hey, listen, I got coffee and cigarettes. It's all good.
Yeah, if you don't mind, go ahead and talk, because I know where it is that I set. I know where it is that I set moderator, but it's way over here in Restream because I did it that way. So I'm trying to get there. Okay.
Oh, you should be able to do it straight through the YouTube page.
It's not. Okay, well I'll go back there then, because it's not showing me anything on YouTube page.
And you have it in Google Chrome?
Yep.
Okay. So if you mouse over any one of us, right, you should see. Like the minute you put the mouse over the chat, right, you should see 3 dash marks on the right-hand side of our names.
No, what I'm trying to say is, like, literally, I wish I could just take a picture and show you. When I go over to my YouTube, click on this, I see nothing. No chat, nothing. Maybe I'm in the wrong one. Let me see.
No, click on your live feed.
Yeah, okay. Let's see.
Yep, we're not seeing this. Hey, guys, I'll have her fixed in a second. Hi, Kim.
So sorry, everybody.
It's okay. And my opinion already has a wrench.
Yes, my opinion is one of my mods anyways. So
there you go. Done. No, we're done. We have the mod in there. He knows what to do.
Okay.
I hope so.
I just got there, and here we go. So sorry, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for putting up with my crazy. Welcome. I'm going to put a link in here in a minute, or am I not going to do that today? Can I do that today?
No, sure.
Okay.
No, you can put a link in. If do you know how to do that through Hangouts?
I do. Hang on. First, you are now a moderator. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
And then, I'm sorry. Okay. Here we go. And nope, that's not it.
So you got to go to the Google Hangout.
Right.
You got to copy the address out of the Hangout. You can remove everything up to live chat. So after live chat, you can remove it. You would post it into the stream, into your chat.
Oh, wait.
And then
Actually, how are you saying to do that? Because I was always going to Bitly.
you can go to Bitly.
Okay.
Yep. And that would make your shortened link. You would post it into the chat, and then people can get into the Hangout.
Here I go, guys. 10 more seconds. I'm going to get this, and it's going to be so great. When I do, I promise. Here we have it. All right. Blam and blam. Now I've got to recopy and then repaste, right? Hi, everybody.
Once you copied, there you go.
Okay.
It's in there. Hey, Cruz, get the hell in here.
Cruz, get in here, man. There's your redirect, buddy. I know how to redirect now. You did teach me that much. All right, mods, you're gonna have to deal with the link from now on. I'm going back to my safe zone over here. But come on in, chat with me so I can get used to this, please. Thank you. And I'm not digging. Can everyone hear the do thing? No.
Can you guys hear us? Is there any issues hearing me or Kelly?
Actually, what I meant too is that I'm getting this notification every time somebody joins or every time somebody talks or anything, and I overdid it, guys. But I'll get better. So, welcome.
There we go.
Okay.
It looks good though.
Yeah,
it looks good.
And it'll only get better. Wait till we do a background.
Yeah.
And this supposedly is going to YouTube and Facebook. I can't guarantee that though. We'll see.
Okay, so if you go to your sources for your notifications, people are saying they're a bit loud. So over on the right side of your mixer, look for where it says notifications and turn the volume down.
You're probably gonna have to tell me what a mixer is, to be honest.
It should be in OBS on the bottom right side.
Bottom right side.
You'll see, like when we're talking, you'll see the meter for us and you. That's your mixer section. Scroll down there and see if something says notifications. I don't have them. So.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do really, really, really quickly. I'm so sorry to everybody watching. Can I just screen share and show you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So if I screen share and show you. Sorry, this is a learning experience for everyone. Enjoy the learning experience. Yay. So see, what I've got is this stupid thing I did through Restream that's ding, 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 and I got nothing over here. Can you see that?
Yeah, I'm looking there now. So, music. I'm going to put you on.
I'm about to just, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to remove that. How's that? Would that be an idea?
Sure.
Yeah, if it's dinging away and it's loud for people, we can fix the volume later.
You could step on my back too, hon.
There we go.
Oh, I can't get my wife to do that.
Okay. All right, let's chat now. So sorry for the silly disruptions. How is everyone?
Well, let's make it easy.
Sorry.
What are you doing in?
I don't know what DM did there, but okay. All right, rock and roll. I'm doing all right. How about you, Cruz?
Doing all right. Looks like DM took off his shirt again.
Yeah, again. Yeah. We're going to call him
How's it going, Dave?
I'm going to just start calling him Big Shirtless Dave. Yeah.
Yep.
No, I got my shirt on, guys.
Yeah, we know. We're just bugging you.
Must have been the blue light from the reef tank.
I tend to feel at home.
Oh yeah, at home. Yeah, you feel at home when you're at home. That's fine.
There we go. So how about this? Kelly, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do in the hobby?
Oh, okay. Yes, I forgot. I'm supposed to be running this, aren't I? Sorry, guys. Sorry. And I hear myself echoed. Am I to anyone else?
Yeah, so that's your noise canceling. That's okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
That's good in my opinion.
Good. How are you?
Jeez,
I'm
it's
fine,
back.
I'm fine.
It's back. Okay.
You're all right. So,
Well, I can't make the
How
ding,
long-
ding, ding go away.
yeah, that's all right.
Now
We'll get it later.
relax, Kelly. You're doing fine.
Thank you,
Fine.
guys.
Don't even-
Sorry.
yeah, don't even worry about
Okay.
it. Right? No. So the big thing is how long you been doing seahorses?
Okay. I have been keeping seahorses for about 5-ish years. I'm going to have to do something about this. Let's see. Hey, look, I think I got rid of the ding, ding, ding. Woohoo. Score one for me. Okay, so I started my reef. I'm sorry, I'm going to start over. Hi, guys. I'm Kelly. They call me the Seahorse Whisperer. And you can see my pretty full little seahorses on the screen. I will put my face up there, which isn't as pretty, next time, but it was a rough day. So, and what's wrong with the hangout? Oh, boy.
There she
Okay.
is.
Are we back?
Cruz,
this is
she's
Kelly.
known you for a long time, right?
I'm sorry?
What was that? My opinion? You were asking Cruz something?
Yeah, I was asking Cruz how long she's known the Whisperer.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, long time. Probably about I want to say several years.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was trying to give my little scoop, and I don't know what just happened, but I will just say for the record right now that the way that I started in this hobby was basically I was completely screwing up a reef tank, and I know what's going on there. Okay,
Mute
I'm
your
trying.
speed on
I'm
YouTube.
trying. I'm trying. Okay.
That one of your videos?
Oh my goodness. You know what? I'm just going to stop this right here. I bet you this will do it.
Kelly's a looper right now.
Oh my gosh. It's muted. I don't even know what to do right now. Seriously.
On YouTube, when you Google, right? On YouTube, you gotta go to the video and mute it. You gotta hit the little speaker.
I've got it hit. So now it's unmute. Now it's mute. Okay, now it's...
There we go.
I don't know what happened, but cool. Okay, so I'm going to say this really fast so I don't screw something else up. I started in the hobby like 7-ish years ago. Not even that, maybe 6-ish years ago. And I was making every mistake you could possibly ever make. And Cruz took me under his wing, taught me how it was. Got me on a reef plan that worked based on my system, on my specific system. He asked me questions about the problems, helped me fix them, and then he, put me on a plan to take care of the specific corals I have. I'm a big loudmouth online about when people ask for and/or give advice and don't even find out the specifics about someone's tank. And that's why I really appreciated Cruz so much, is that he did. He literally, via cameras and phones, he came into my home, came into my tank, and went swimming. No, I'm just kidding. But he learned about my specific tank and helped me figure it out. And then when I started seahorses a few years later, he helped me with that too. So, but I have been doing I've been doing reef tanks for about 6-7 years. Been doing seahorses for about, I'm going to say 4-ish, a little over 4. So I've completed some life cycles, and my channel basically is trying to help new seahorse keepers, but I'm going to do some really cool new things about seahorses in general, just educational. And of course, I'm going to hang out with you guys and do interviews and do reef stuff too. So I just want to learn how to do this so I can host.
So did you start out with seahorses, or you worked your way into it?
I actually, if you want to go back to the very beginning, I started out with freshwater. I know it's a dirty word up in here, but I started out with a planted discus tank, and I actually had that when I started when I converted over to the dark salty side. But I started with reef, and that's when I met Cruz, and that's when he helped me fix my reef because I'd screwed it all up. And then I worked my way into seahorses, yes. He's the one that convinced me that I could do it, because I didn't believe I could, so.
I got a question.
Uh-huh.
That's what I want to get in. I'm not get into, but I do want a seahorse. I do have a macro algae display refugium type tank. I see in your profile picture here that we got in the Hangouts.
Yep.
I know they don't generally need a lot of flow, but do you have a lot of like macroalgae I can see in the background? Is that typically what their environment is needed to make them thrive, or that doesn't really matter?
First, I'm so sorry to keep asking, but is that echo, should I be turning something down, or are we just going with the flow, guys?
You're hearing an echo?
Yes. If you're not, then we're going to keep going. Okay.
I hear a basic amount of it, but I'm going to guess it's your headset.
Okay. Sorry. And I will answer
Yeah,
now.
just you.
Okay. It's always just me. You know that, my opinion. Okay. And thank you. I'm so happy that you joined. You never join. I'm so happy. Okay. I'm sorry. To answer your question, basically, you can do so many different. There are so many different ways to set up a seahorse display that I can't really say, you have to do it this way or you have to do it that way. The reason that I use macroalgae so often or in so many situations is for the nutrient export, and then I fell in love with it and now I use it for displays too. But the original thought process was the nutrient export, because seahorses they eat so much more often, they are just a heavier bio load, and so you just need to make sure you have, but you don't have to have macros, no. It's a good idea, I think, personally, but you don't have to have them. I have tanks in the house, and when I get better at this, I can actually do walkthroughs and stuff, but I have tanks in the house that have nothing in them. I breed also, so I have completely bare tanks, but for a hobbyist, just making sure that you have.
Where do you live at?
Sorry, Indiana.
Oh, so you're close to me.
I am. And I've
What's the flow like as far as compared to saltwater and seahorses?
well, actually, most people think that seahorses need low flow, and there are some species that do. However, I try to do videos a lot showing that the larger species of seahorses don't really need that low of a flow environment. I use RW4s in my seahorse tanks, and I use RW8s in my reef. So if that gives you any idea, it's just a one jump down, but it's still the same power level type equipment.
Right. What do you set your RW4s at? Like, the light meter on it? Do you have it full blast or do you have it halfway?
I typically have it about 3/4 of the way, which is exactly the same as the reef. So, and I'm liking the idea of getting a camera I can move around with so I could actually be showing you guys this, but yeah. So they don't need low flow. They actually do better, in my opinion, and I'm not saying your name, buddy, but in my opinion, I think they do better with higher flow, and the trick is to just make sure that they do have areas to rest in, if that makes any kind of sense.
Right.
Yeah, they don't have very many fins. I've seen them at my local fish store, man. It seems like it's a struggle for them to. You think the current would help them,
Yeah, if you look at seahorses in the wild, they are, they'll use their really strong tail to hitch onto something to hang on usually, but you'll find them out in the middle of nowhere with nothing to hang on to, waves crashing everywhere. They don't need that much of a low flow environment. And in my particular tanks, when I first started, I was convinced that they needed low flow, and I swear they just kind of, sat. They weren't very active. They didn't do much. And the moment that I started providing more flow for them, they got active. Oh yeah, they dance in the flow. They get up in it. I posted in a Facebook group the other day and upset a bunch of people actually because I posted a video of one of my seahorses safely hitched on a covered power head with his face up in, like getting flow on his face. They love it. So,
what about lighting? Is it the same as what a regular reef tank needs?
well, I mean, if you're doing if you're doing a reef tank, I mean, if you mean fish only, yes, I would say it's the same lighting or even less of a need for lighting. Now, if you're doing macroalgae, of course, you have to consider that and make sure that you have, the lighting that it needs, but you definitely don't have to go overboard getting coral lighting. I personally don't recommend keeping coral with seahorses. There are some that'll work, softies and certain kinds, but my basic advice to new people starting with seahorses that already think they're hard is start with just the seahorses, and then once you get used to them, then you can do stuff,
So I got a question from Tracy Vitale. If I butchered your last name, or Vital or Vitale. What is the best seahorse for a beginner?
In my opinion, and I wrote an article about this, which I will link in the comments. Thank you for asking. My opinion, a new seahorse keeper, I would say Hippocampus erectus. The reason, and of course captive bred from a breeder, the reason being captive bred is best because they will be weaned on frozen foods. They will be used to aquarium life, so all that stress stuff that causes them to get sick is not as likely to happen because they're used to being in an aquarium. They were born and raised there. And they don't typically have the things like, icks going around. I see in all the reef groups, I see in you guys' streams that people keep having problems with cryptocaryon. And, if you go to a breeder, chances are good that you're not going to have that because they've raised them and they, don't have it. Anyhow, so captive bred, and then erectus because they are, in my opinion, just more active. I have 4 species in my house right now, different species, and I love every one of them. But the reedi are very, I have 2 pair of reedi. One of my pair of reedi will only eat frozen mysis if it has eyeballs attached. And that sounds gross, but it's the honest to goodness truth. She looks it over and she will not eat, I'm sorry, the female, not the pair, but she will not eat anything unless she sees eyeballs. So they just have little picky needs. That's not for all of them, but my answer is Hippocampus erectus. I can link the article, but it's just because they're more like little water puppies, in my opinion. They're very friendly, very active, and what people are looking for in a tank, So.
What about the orange ones? Are those harder to take care of?
Depends on what you mean by orange. Seahorse.
I don't know. They're just, I've seen them in my local fish store. They're bright orangey looking seahorses.
Well, that could be pretty much anything, honestly. Seahorses have the ability to blend into their environment completely. I have some reedi. If you look at the streams I've been doing lately on Facebook or whatever, I have some reedi that I just got, I'd say a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago, and they were bright yellow and beautiful. And I put them in an aquarium that had very white rock, and they were white within a couple of days. And literally, they'll go and hang on a yellow chain and turn yellow. I get asked all the time where to find purple seahorses because I have a couple of really cool pictures of my seahorses next to blue scroll. And they look purple because they blend in. So I'm not really sure what species that would be. Orange, I'm gonna probably guess.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Ask them.
And see, either one of my LFSs, neither one of them have seahorses.
Well, I've typically been someone who says that buying from a breeder is best. I'm coming around because there are some stores doing, making better choices and buying higher quality seahorses and not taking them from the wild. That's just my opinion, that we shouldn't. But the easiest way to find out is ask. Ask them where the seahorses were bred and what species they are. If they don't know, don't buy them.
So you're a breeder, so do you sell to just wholesale?
I am an extremely small-time breeder. I say breeder very loosely. I breed them because I like to, and I sell to friends and local stores, and that's it. I typically refer people to Seahorse Source or Seahorse Savvy because they're very good breeders worldwide. So, I mean, in the United States. I'm sorry, not worldwide. And I know some good UK people too, but If you're close to me, yeah, sure, we can absolutely talk. Message me afterwards, but I don't sell. That's yeah.
Okay. No, I was just curious.
Sorry. How about?
No, you breathe.
I
Relax.
know I'm talking. I am a little nervous. I'm sorry. I'm talking so much and so fast. How about you guys?
No, you're good. This is good. I've been wanting a seahorse for, ask Cruz. Cruz will tell you. He was telling me to get like a dwarf one.
Okay.
That they don't eat as
And
much.
I heard the dwarf ones are harder to raise.
Well, he said that.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. He said that my copepods and mysis or all the like little critters I got in my macroalgae display, they won't clean it out as fast as if I got a bigger a regular normal size one.
He's right. And actually, I should have said from the beginning, I apologize. If you have an environment where there are macroalgae and there's a low flow situation, and it's a tank that I think you said refugium, maybe, is that attached to your tank? Is that?
Yeah, it's plumbed in. I got like total volume of water like 340 gallons.
Gotcha.
It's just a kicker. It's on the side and it plumbs in, and it it's long story short, it's connected.
Gotcha. How long have you had your reef set up and going?
This one has been set up since probably the end of December, early January.
Okay.
It's full SPS dominated tank, and then it drained. You know what I mean? It's been up for that long. Now a lot of the rock and everything, it was previously in my 120. So what happened was I took my 120 down and converted it into the 240, and then added all my sumps to it. So
Gotcha. The reason that I was asking is because with seahorses, the one thing that you do have to be careful for is that the hitchhikers that aren't a big deal in a reef are a big deal to seahorses, like Aptasia and things like that. Now, if you have rock that you've had for a very long time, and you're talking about a situation where bristle worms and stuff like that probably aren't going to get down to where you're going to keep the seahorses.
I got a lot of bristle
Okay,
worms.
are they in the refugium?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to be completely honest and say that I probably wouldn't, because it's just really dangerous. Bristle worms and Aptasia and stuff will do more damage to a seahorse than any other kind of fish.
Okay.
There's always options. If we can look at it. I mean, if Cruz knows your setup and he is telling you that you should do dwarfs, I'm definitely not going to be the one to disagree, because he's helped me the whole time and always been right. So, but for new seahorse keepers, I just typically tell them, to do a tank just for the seahorses, so that they don't have to deal with that.
No, that's fine. I get it. No, I mean, I don't want to risk it because I'm not one to put an animal in harm's way. You know what I mean? Harm's way.
And with the dwarfs are really cool. I'm actually working on a system with Cruz to try to do exactly what you're describing, except for not connected to a tank that's already got stuff. So I'm going to set up a tank with the Miracle Mud and stuff, and try to do seahorses and make a completely natural, always completely, I can't think of the words. I wish Cruz would come back here. But it's the ecosystem, the complete ecosystem where everything feeds each other, what you're talking about, with all the critters feeding this and the phytoplankton feeding the critters, and just constant circle. But that's kind of hard to do for a brand new person, and I just have to, dwarfs are going to do better in low flow and in they especially need no hitchhikers, because like in Aptasia, bristleworm, etc., they can hurt a big seahorse, Erectus, Reedi, any of those. But usually what hurts the bigger seahorses is any kind of bacterial infection that happens because of the injury. With dwarfs, man, those things will kill those. I mean, quick. So
what is the problem with the bristle worms, or you said aptasia too?
yeah, you know what? Actually, that's a really good question. I'm really not sure why. Well, actually, I'm gonna say it's because seahorses don't have scales. They have these bony plates around their body, and I can't tell you scientifically why aptasia would hurt a seahorse more than, a regular fish, but I can tell you that I physically witnessed one of my larger erectus. I think they don't realize it, and because they forage in stuff so often, if they stick their face in an aptasia, it stings them, and like I said, it's usually the bacterial infection that happens afterwards that kills them. And with dwarfs, it's just because they're so small. And, an aptasia can literally eat them. Literally. So, that's... I'll have to get back to you on that one, because I don't know the exact...
I don't have no aptasias in there. I know that. But I do have bristle worms, because I've seen them in there. But other than that, I mean, I got tons of pods and mysopods and stuff like that. So... as far as that, and it's filled with caulerpa and chaeto and different types of, I even in your, on your little print thing that is on Hangouts, those little green things right here, those like little green, I don't know what they are, but they're like.
That's codium. Codium.
Oh, is it really?
Okay.
It looks like codium.
Yeah, I have that growing on, literally in my tank right now off of a piece of like coral rock.
Oh, what?
So it's pretty crazy that you have that. It just grew there.
I didn't mean to interrupt. Are you talking about the green little stick
Finger-like thing.
right by the seahorse?
Yeah.
That's actually Neomeris, one of my favorite.
Neomeris?
Yes.
Holy crap.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm
No,
wrong.
no, it's okay. It's not a very good picture, but yeah, that's one of my favorite macroalgae ever. However, it can be.
It is pretty.
Yeah, it can definitely.
It's very pretty.
It can definitely be a nuisance in a reef tank. So yeah.
Yeah, it's in my macro algae, like it's in the little tank that's kicked off to the side, so it's not in my main display.
Gotcha.
But like I said, it wasn't there. I've never even noticed it, and then all of a sudden,
There it was.
out of nowhere, it just started. Yeah, I got about 10 or 15 little legs growing.
It's a calcified. It's calcium. It has to do with calcium, and so it's not really a it's a bad thing. I love this stuff, but I with bristle worms, it's just that I don't want to tell you exactly because I honestly have to go look. I've just always known that it was bad, but I've read repeated stories of seahorses getting getting stung or the sticker things in them, and then they get an infection is basically the idea behind that with the bigger ones. So,
Right.
but you might I don't know.
I don't want to risk it though. You sound too hesitant.
Yeah.
You seem like you know what you're doing, so I would rather just set up another little cube or something and just have this seahorse tank.
And there is the answer. See, I used to be very, very, very unforgiving is a bad word. I used to be very set in my ways, and this was the way to do it, and there's no other way. And so now I've gone so far the other way, trying to make sure that I'm listening to other people and that there are other ways that doing a cube on the side is the best idea. we'll leave it at that. And I would be happy to help you with that. But if anybody has any questions, of course I will do my best to answer them or get you the answers for the next stream, of course. And if you guys want to talk reef, I reef too, But I don't know. Where are you guys all from?
I live in Tinley Park, Illinois.
Gotcha. Okay.
Straywood, Illinois here.
No kidding.
Frankfurt, Illinois over here. And Chicago.
New Brunswick, Canada.
I should have known.
little city called St. John.
The really great streamers, I shouldn't say that, but the ones that I've happened to notice, I'm sure there's plenty of great streamers, but they all end up being from Canada. I don't know what it is. Y'all are just good. But
it's because we use Canadian kung fu. We look at you and say sorry, and then walk away mumbling really bad things under our breath while we walk away.
Gotcha.
Yeah, eh?
It's like, oh, sorry, eh, mother. So that's how it works, right?
All right.
Yeah, that hurts our feelings a lot more than the direct insults.
Yeah, what was it? You said, Cruz, wait a minute. What did you say? Get back here. No, sorry, eh?
Yeah, but
I'm
in
gonna
this
jump
hobby,
into
it doesn't matter where you're from.
Jumping out, Cruz?
All right.
All right,
hey,
buddy.
thanks for coming, Cruz. Thank you for helping me figure it out.
No problem. Good night, guys.
Okay.
See ya.
Take care, Cruz.
All right, you too, man.
Later, man.
Later, D.
So, yeah, I was contacted, asked to help out with this, and I have no issues at all ever helping anybody with OBS, because I had a heck of a daunting time with it, and I'm kind of a geek, so it was a little daunting, and what I learned, I'm just passing it on. This is not hard, and like she said, she did overcomplicate it. I thought it was kind of funny. And I said, okay, well, we'll just kick it. Let's light the candle. Let's go.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then you deal with it. Now you know what you're looking at. So I just watch everything from OBS when I'm running. And then it was a hard habit to break, to not put the Hangouts up and then go to YouTube and not realize I'm not watching my OBS.
Right.
Because there are things I can deal with in OBS I can't deal with because of you're using it. So that's what when I was trying to parlay that along to you, that's what I was trying to parlay along.
I'm sorry.
Is that, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So, no. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with it. It looks good. It doesn't look, great. You'll get great.
Right.
You'll get what you're looking for, because I saw the other stuff you were trying to do, and it's like absolutely fabulous to look at, right? And I hate to say it, but I'm insanely jealous you have seahorses, right? So I look at seahorses, and I've always been fascinated by them. I kind of want to keep them. I know my wife is desperate to keep them. And I'm like, no, because I know the work is all on me. It isn't she's going to do the work.
Right.
I'm going to be the guy looking after the tank. So there'll probably, as I like to joke with Haley when I'm in streams and that, we'll dip the toe later.
Yeah. And
I'll go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that that is I've been super nervous tonight, obviously. So I'll get better at being more comfortable to answer questions and such. But Seahorse Tank is not difficult. That's my theme song. It's different, meaning you can't, like I was telling the other gentleman, there are things you have to avoid and stuff, but it's the same as, it's not that much more work, is my point. So I will get better at expressing that and showing things and do a little bit more simple OBS. Actually, the funniest part is, for anybody watching, if you're struggling with OBS, let me just tell you, Mad Reefer Madness, is that it? Reef Madness?
Yeah, Reefer Madness. Yeah, or Craig.
It was so awesome, and literally I streamed yesterday, and it was probably the best one I've done so far. It wasn't fantastic, but it was probably the best one because I had someone come in and I was a little more comfortable, and I was quite, I was happy with the progress I was making. And then the video that ended up on YouTube was terrible, and it was because I was doing everything backwards. So I got saved tonight, and now I'll get better at it. But
Kelly,
yeah.
You keep saying this, but you done a fantastic job tonight.
Aw, thank you.
You sounded real good. You kept up with everything.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it really comes down to your moderators. So the people that you can wrench to should handle your chat for you. You read your questions, and you'll get that balancing act. Remember, I told you the chat's going to show up there. You don't have to put it on the screen because they're not going to read it anyway.
Right.
They're already in it. Little things like that. You'll get more comfortable with it. You'll get your live feed, I'm sure, at some point. I know me and you were working your webcam. We got that working.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there's all these things that are going to come along. It's the same thing as like in my stream. I'm going to be adding 3 to 4 more cameras.
Wow.
Because I have things on the go, but I have other things in life that I have to deal with right now. So that's coming.
Well, when you're one of the things that I want to do very badly is I splurged and got a GoPro 6, and I want to figure out how to do something with that. I know the Wi-Fi won't connect like while it's underwater or whatever, but I thought somehow if I could do something cool with that, you know, put it somewhere and, you know, make that my second camera. I just thought that, I don't know. So when you figure out how to do this, the 4 or 5 cameras, come on over.
I've already done it.
Oh, you already did it.
I already know how. Yeah, I just got to get the cameras.
Oh, well then I'll be bugging you tomorrow. No,
I'm sure you will.
I will.
That's fine.
No,
Yeah.
But
see, that's the good thing. You got somebody that you can lean on to help.
Well, and I have had someone to lean on to help me, my opinion, because you've been there from day one, and I probably wouldn't even be trying to do this if it weren't for you. So thank you. And I wouldn't be in reefing without Cruz. So thank you to all of you. So, and I will get better just for all of you, just because. Go ahead.
Oh, I probably was mouthing off in the background. That was me. No, and the thing is like I'd kick in my stream tonight and show you, but guess what? My tanks are off.
Oh.
So there's no lights or anything, right? Mine shut off at 11:30, which is about 10:30 your time.
Gotcha.
But I will be up tomorrow, and if you got free time tomorrow, just look me up.
Okay.
And you can have a look at what I'm doing, and also Reef, and you know, shameless plug for those guys, Reef Banter with some of the British guys and Reefing with O is going to be up tomorrow.
Okay, and I actually
so don't forget to check that.
Yes,
out.
I absolutely will. I actually found a cut. I think the Reefer with O or whatever. I think I just subscribed to him. I hadn't even seen that. So, absolutely.
That's the reef tank. That's the tech weenie for reef tanks. That guy. He absolutely has played with almost every piece of gear. And go ahead, my opinion.
Yeah, and the more and more you get into this, especially for me, you find out all these other channels. And I mean, it's like a daily thing where I listen to this a lot with all the people that are in on this, and you find out all these other people that do this, and it just goes on and on and on, where it's just a great thing.
It really is. You know, everybody trying to help each other and, you know, ask questions and just a community. It is a great thing. So I'm very, very happy to be a part of it, and I'm going to keep going till I've got more people. In fact, if anybody, just to say it for the record, if anybody was saying anything, I can't see either one of the chats at this point because I turned everything off to make it work, and so I wasn't giving any stream keys or anything. Sorry, but it was just a practice. So we'll do something else next time. But
yeah, and that works. And like I said, you didn't have to do a full on tonight.
Right.
You know, just you're dipping the toe. Dip the toe.
Yes.
Right. You know, like you're just getting in. And then, you know, keep working at it and making it look the way you want. I was working definitely. I'm just reading their chat for you there. So absolutely, out of all my hobbies and all the fields I have worked in, definitely the best group as a whole that I've ever dealt with by far. Solus Marine said that about, I'm going to guess, dealing with reef tanks. Or do you do seahorses? Or do you just reef tank Solus?
Solus, it was, I don't think he's actually in here, so he can't answer except for chat, which you'll tell me. But Solus actually was very kind, and the other day when I was streaming, I think it was Solus. Maybe I'm wrong, but no, it wasn't. I'm sorry. I'm going to shut up. It was the Salty Reef. If anybody knows who the Salty Reef is, I would really like to find that person, because I was kind of begging people just to jump in so I could practice like this, and nobody was, and he did, and then it went down on me. So I really wanted to find him and thank him, and you know, maybe get him to try to support him, and you know, maybe do some more.
Oh, absolutely! I'm sure he'll be around. I've seen the Salty Reef.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question now.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I can only see what's going on between us right now. How do you get back into chat to see what's going on in chat and
So what I do is I minimize, or I make my window smaller for the Hangout, right? So take that window, that you're looking at right now, and make it about a quarter of your screen, or 1/4. You know what I mean? Like just make it 1/4. And when you open up another tab and go back to YouTube, you basically would pull that window out and make it full screen, and then go find your live feed that you're in, and then make sure you turn the volume off on YouTube so it doesn't come flying through, right? That's called a feedback loop. And I can see your screen. I can see you and the dog. So
yeah, I just changed that.
yeah, and the basic idea is that then I just put my Hangout over top of the feed, and I look at the chat, so I can actually read the chat, and I still have the Hangout up to my left. So if somebody says, "Hey, look, I'm showing this," you see it, and then you're still seeing the chat, right? So you don't even have to have Hangout up. You can actually minimize it and just go to the YouTube. And the YouTube, I love how
I'll
it's.
have to work on that.
Yeah,
We're
you'll get used to
we're
it.
gonna all do it together. But
Because like I can actually, if you want, when you finish up here, whenever you want to stop, I'll throw a stream up right quick.
okay,
We'll see how much hate and shade comes my way at that point.
all right,
That's okay though. But we can put that up, and I can kind of play around with
Okay.
it, and you guys can see it from that end. That kind of thing, and then so on and so forth. Because the more you see other people doing it, especially in Streamlabs, OBS, like OBS in general, the more used to it you actually become.
right,
And you can start shooting for what you want to do,
gotcha.
right? So
And we can do that. We can switch over to you. And just like I have one more question.
Sure.
So if I were to be doing a more more serious, not I can't think how to say it. If I was doing an interview with one person and I did not want the option of other people joining, then I could just do that through OBS without the Hangouts and probably make it a whole bunch easier, right?
yep, you can do it
Okay.
that way. You can also have the Hangouts private anyway,
Right.
so you just don't post the link.
Okay. Gotcha.
You would email the person, get
Yes.
it? Like you do with me to get in?
Yes.
Same idea.
Okay. I can't thank you enough. This is going to be great. So, all right. Well, if you guys are cool with it, I will end this for tonight, and then I'm gonna wait and see you go live and jump in just to see it from that end, if that's okay.
So yeah, that's what we'll do. If you guys want, I'll throw a stream up, and in my opinion, you're more than welcome to come. If you're trying to find me on YouTube, look up Red Turf Algae, and you'll find me, right? Because I did a little series on that. And then I'll throw it up, and we'll have a little fun. We'll get some more people in, and we'll promote the Seahorse Whisperer that much more.
Oh yay!
Okay, not that I have a huge following, but
Hey,
it's the way it is.
we're trying to build a community here. I mean, there's already a community, but we're
exactly.
trying to help the community grow. So, okay, all right. Well, thank you so much to anybody who especially you for dealing with me all day. I appreciate it. And
No problem.
all right, now you got to tell me how to stop it. No,
So down the bottom, do you see where it says end screen
Yeah.
where you hit go live?
I got it now.
You're going to click that,
Okay.
and don't leave here just yet. And guys, I'll have my stream up and running in just a minute, okay?
Okay, so I'm gonna hit end stream and then go to Hangout, right?
Yeah, and just go to the Hangout and leave it there.
Okay, cheers everybody. Hope you had a great night, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for coming. Bye.